Yeah, just
I have managed to fix the whiteboard problem to a degree, but I now have
okay.
to. It means that I have to write on a separate whiteboard than the one I'm sharing, which means I have to just open a different one. Um, Here we are, Bacchae. So we've got a couple of lines before the fourth chorus. What's that?
Yeah, I think the email said that someone was going to be starting on 1024.
Yeah, yeah, that's 1024. Yeah, no, before we get there,
Yeah.
there's a couple of lines before the chorus at 975. And now I'm looking at the whiteboard, which I have to do, otherwise I can't write on it. Can you tell me on the shared screen if a red line is appearing? Hang on, wrong
Next
thing.
to your name? Yes.
No, here is it. Are a couple of red lines being drawn?
Yeah, 975. Yes. Yep.
No, above 975.
Yeah, so they're through Orsted.
Yeah, yeah, good. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
That means you're seeing it. That's good. Okay, so let's go on from there. Right, I'll just make it a bit bigger and okay, so we're starting after at line 973. Dionysus has said ek teine. Tein is the stretch, ek is out, so ek teine with the e is a imperative. So he's saying stretch out agawe, that's just the vocative. Kateras, stretch out your hands. Kateras, accusative plural. Hai te homosporoi kadmu tu garteres, and the daughters of Cadmus who are homosporoi from the same seed, so therefore they're akin, well, yeah, of the same family. So and the daughter and the kin daughters of Cadmus, stretch out your hands. So the imperative applies to both, even though the second of the pair is plural. So that's what has just been said. And then at 974, after the colon, we get ton nia nian agor, ton deis agona megan. So agor, present tense, first person singular, present active indicative. I am leading ton nia nian, the young man, ton de in 975. This young man, when you use that demonstrative, you're saying this one right here. And then we have a prepositional phrase, into a great contest. And then the next clause, ho nike son dego kai bromios estai. So, and I, ho nike son is the future participle in the active singular masculine nominative from Nikeor, to be victorious, the one who will be victorious. So egor kai bromios. Now estai will be, third person singular future of Amy. So and I and bromios will be the one who is victorious. Now hot Nikerson is singular, and it's singular agreeing with the first subject, but a second subject is connected to it, kai bromios, but it still remains in the singular. So I and bromios, although of course the irony is that Dionysus is the I speaking because he is bromios, but just grammatically this works as well. Okay, so I and bromios will be the one who is victorious in the contest. And then tala dauto semane. So semaneo is to signify, so semiotics and so forth, third person singular active present indicative, and it's a contract verb, semaneo, and the subject is auto. It itself, semaneo is the future of se minor, I signify I give a sign. So a sign for judgment. So I will indicate. So the auto, it itself. So what happens itself, whatever, yeah, yeah, it itself, the thing itself, the matter itself will signify tala, which is the contraction from ta Allah, everything else. So
Is he is he referring to Pentheus as Ton Nia Nian?
yes, this young man Pentheus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Um, right, now we'll come back to the chorus and we'll skip ahead to some text, to some prose at 10:24.
Yeah.
Okay. So, or dom ho prin pot eu tu case an helada. So, or dorma, O house. In the singular, often it's in the plural when you're talking about a house. But O house, and then a relative clause starting with ho, which, and then prin, which means before. And then we have the imperfect of au to kaor, which means I am fortunate or prosperous, or I win something. But here it's the house, which, and it's being addressed directly, so it's in the second person. You, the house which was prosperous, poter, at some time before, an, and that's ana, the second alpha has been elided. And so ana means up or through, or up through. In this case, it means throughout Hellas. And Hellada is the accusative singular from Hellas, Greece. So, O house, which was with you who were prosperous, successful throughout Greece. Then we have a couple of lines that some scholars don't like, but I think they're legitimate, so we'll read them. Sidoniou gerontos, hosto gegenes, drakontos, esper opios en gaia teros. Okay, so Sidonian, now, who is Sidon? Anyway, Sidonian Gerontos, of the old man Sidon, who planted, sowed, or, it literally means to plant the seed, but it can therefore mean to, engender or beget. And so what is begotten is the earthborn, to gergenes, from gaior or ger, earth, and gen from gignomai. Who engendered the earthborn of the, or drakon is the serpent, like dragon. And an off is is of a is it actually has exactly the same meaning of a serpent. So I'm just going to translate them both together. Of a serpent, so the earthborn, that which is earthborn from the serpent. He sowed it in Gaia, in the earth. And Theros is the genitive singular from Ther, which is a beast. And that goes with Gerakontos Opios. From the beast, serpent, you sowed the earth the earth-born offspring of the beast serpent in the earth. And then we go back to more secure text. Hos ses stenasdor doulos un men al homos. So horse with the acute, is thus. Thus or so, stenasdor I lament you, se, direct object. Doulos on, so doulos is a masculine noun meaning a slave. On is the masculine nominative singular participle. So, although I am a slave, al homos. So that's very close to the English, but still. And it can be at the end of a clause, like as it is here. So, but still, although I am a slave, I lament you. Now, we have text that I think is correctly bracketed because it's trying to make sense of the but still, and it means something like, so krestoisi, which is just, normally we would, in Attic prose, just have krestois, the dative plural, from krestos, which means useful or worthy. Doulois, which is the dative plural of the word for slave. Sum pora, which that's misfortunes. Ta despoton, so that's despotes in the gender plural. So the misfortunes of masters, and then you would have to put in a verb like esti, belong to worthy slaves, but it doesn't make full grammatical sense, and I think that they're just trying to explain the previous clause, and really very competent scholars like Dodds think that line is put in there from Euripides Medea, and I think because an almost identical line occurs there. Obviously, someone called Dobry gets the credit, but Dodds has a very good explanation. But it doesn't add anything too much or take anything too much if we take it out. Okay, so then that was the messenger, right? He's come in and he's exclaimed to the house that was once prosperous, and he says, "How I lament you, house that the house of Theban house, although I'm a slave." And then the chorus says, T destin, what is it? Ek bakkorn T menues neon. Menuo is to reveal something. So do you reveal T neon, some new thing, some news, and then there's prepositional phrase, ek bakkorn, from the Bacchae in the mountains. And the angelos, the messenger, says, Pentheus ollole pais ekionos patros. So Pentheus ollole, which is the perfect of olumi, which means to destroy, or to, in the intransitive sense, to perish. And this is the third person singular of the perfect. Pentheus has perished. Pentheus, and then in apposition to that, pais, child of his father Echion. So the child of father Echion, Pentheus, has perished. And then the chorus, although this is surrounded by daggers, so some people don't like it. Ornax bromia teos paine megas. Ornax is a contraction of or, anax. O Lord. Contracted to ornax, just the vocative with the particle of address. And bromia is the vocative for bromios. So second declension nouns and words that agree with nouns tend to have a vocative in e. So, O Lord Bromius, that is, O Dionysus. And then we have a sentence, theos, fine air. So you appear, or you come to light as a theos megas, as a great god. So that's basically celebrating the fact that Pentheus is dead. And the Angelos picks that up and says, Pors pairs. How can you say that? How can you say that? Or, what do you mean? T tut Alexas. So Alexas is the second person singular aorist of legor. Why did you say tuto, this? Or what is this you said? Either one will do. Yeah. What are you saying? Why are you saying this? P, tois, emois, kaidres, kakos, prasusi, despotais, gunai. So gunai is the plural vocative, singular vocative for guner, gunaikos, for a woman. So the messenger is addressing the leader of the chorus and says, woman. He asks a question, and that's why we have this which is the particle asking a question. And the question, the main verb, is kaideres. Are you rejoicing? Then we have a prepositional phrase, epi, tois, emois, and that goes all the way to despotais. Are you rejoicing at my masters? And the dative plural participle prasusi is modifying masters, circumstantial participle setting out the circumstances of the masters, which in this case is kakos prasusi, faring badly. So, woman, do you rejoice at my masters being unfortunate, faring badly? And the chorus says, Ayu asdor xena melesi barbarois, uketigar desmon hup pobor petersor. So Ayu asdor is one of the words for, Bacchic celebration, because it means to make the cry a oi or a ui, which the Bacchants make in their rites. So I celebrate. Xena, a foreign woman. I celebrate Melesi with barbaric songs or with foreign songs. Hey, Martin.
Hi, Martin. Sorry, I forgot about the thing.
That's right. Just me and Chris at the moment. Rob's away, and I'm not sure who else is going to make it, but I'll communicate and see what's going on. We're just down to line 1034.
Okay.
And I'll have to go in 10 minutes too at 7. So just at line 1034, she says, the leader of the chorus, who has just heard that Pentheus has died, says Ayuasdor, so I celebrate by making the cry Ayuoi. I celebrate with, by means of, melesi, which is the dative plural from melos, which is a song, with barbaric.
10:30. Sorry, 10:34. Did you say? I can't see it.
1034. It's not being shared.
It is, but it only goes down to 980 something.
Yeah, you can scroll it. You can scroll it up and down.
Oh, I can scroll it, can I?
Yeah. Just use your finger on the screen.
Because if I write and control the whiteboard that's in the shared screen, I can't write on it with any accuracy at all. But I can if I open it separately. But that must mean that we're all operating our separate whiteboards. So, if you can you manipulate it so you're down to where we are?
Well, it's probably I can. Oh,
Hang on.
I got down to. That's better.
There we go.
Yep, now I can see it.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay, so 1035.
Yep.
Uketi gar desmon hup pobor petersor. So, giving a reason for the previous line, which is I celebrate the death of Pentheus, because uketi no longer, and the main verb is petersor, which is to cower in fear. I no longer cower because of hupo, by the fear, because of the fear, desmon, of bonds. I no longer cower in fear because of fear of being chained up again. And so the messenger says, Tebas danandrus hord ages. So ages, which usually means bring or lead, can mean to treat of something or to hold something as an opinion. In this case, it is that, like, do you hold horde, thus, do you hold Thebes, so that's the accusative of thereby, Thebes, plural for the collective city. Do you hold Thebes to be andrus, so horde, so unmanly? And everyone thinks that there's a line missing, and the line missing would be something like that you will not be punished, or justice will not be done for Pentheus, or something like that. But that's the assumption. And then at line 1038, the chorus says, Ho Dionysos ou thereby kratos ekousemon. Okay, main verb ekousi, third person plural, present active indicative of ekor. So, O Dionysus, ou thereby, not Thebes. Thebes does not have, ekousi, does not have kratos emon. Now this is slightly unusual because kratos means power, authority. Emon means my, but it doesn't mean you don't have my power. It means you don't have power over me. Thebes does not have power over me. But implicitly, Dionysus does. So Dionysus, not Thebes, has power over me. Okay. Next sentence at 239. Sun gnosta men soi. Plan ep ex aergasmenois kakoi si kairein or gunaikes u kalon. So I'm taking this in two clauses. Sun gnosta men soi. So there is with an st. So sun gnosta is the adjective that comes from sun gignoskor, which means to think with, judge with, or so broadly speaking, be sympathetic with. So there is sympathy for you, soi, for you. Then we have a new clause begun by plan, except u kalon, going to the end and reading in another st. It is not noble. It is u kalon, st u kalon. It is not a noble thing. Or gunaikes, women. So now the messenger is addressing all of the women of the chorus. It is not a noble thing, kairein, to rejoice, and then the prepositional phrase, at evils that have been done. So ex aergasmenois is the perfect passive participle of ex ergasdomai. Which means I bring about. But it's the passive, things that have been brought up, evils that have been wrought, evils that have been done or brought about. So we'll just do one more couplet. So the chorus says, Enepe moi prason. Enepe is speak and prason is point out. So tell me, point it out. Tini modero theneske, adikos adika tek parisdon ane. So moros is fate. So by what fate theneske, that's die in the third person singular present from thenesko, I die. So he dies by what fate? He, a man, adikos, an unjust man. Okay, so the unjust man dies by what fate? And the unjust man is ek parisdom, which means literally it means to provide forth from yourself to someone else. But in this case, it's something like doing, adika, that's a direct object in the accusative, from adikos, unjust, being used here as a substantive. So an unjust man doing unjust things, the unjust man who has done unjust things dies by what fate? Question. Right, and that brings us to 1042. And unfortunately, I have to.
So, Martin, is the doing of the adika, is that the verb ekporidzon?
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. It usually means, to furnish someone with something, to make something for someone, to provide something to someone. But here it means to do these deeds.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, Martin, you've probably heard we're back to winter today. Feels like about 9 degrees here in Melbourne, and it's raining, miserable.
Right.
Anyway, you have a good night over there.
Yeah, have a good weekend. And I'll email with some suggested lines. And if this works, we'll keep going and we'll be able to get more done. And I'll send more material during the week too. But just got to get into a routine.
Yeah, I'll remember next week. Okay. And so the idea is to do 1 hour from 9 till 10.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Great.
Right. Cheers.
Okay. Speak soon.
Man.
Bye.
Bye.